Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
A leg cramp is really just a muscle contracting and tightening spontaneously, says emergency medicine specialist Dr. Scott Dreston of Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago, United States. The problem is that it can be very painful for several seconds or even several minutes. Helpful tips for nighttime leg cramps. Continue watching to find out more.
Vegan, cause we are absolutely against cruelty.
"您过得咋些" means "How have you been" in Mandarin, one of the languages spoken by the Langhormiao people of southwest China. Fabulous viewers, my name is Guangzhen. The elegant Langhormiao people would greet you cheerfully if you ever came to visit, and wish that your days are uplifted by heavenly light. In today's show, helpful tips for nighttime leg cramps. We will explore the possible causes and preventive tips for these cramps that are typically experienced while sleeping. Imagine you are in a deep, blissful sleep or perhaps even meditating and fully relaxed. Then, the next thing you know, your calf is clenched into a tight knot. Some people find the experience frightening because there may be no one around to help them out in the middle of the night. The experience can leave you feeling exhausted the next morning. If it sounds familiar to you, you are not alone. A leg cramp is really just a muscle contracting and tightening spontaneously, says the emergency medicine specialist Dr. Scott Dresden of Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago, United States. The problem is that it can be very painful for several seconds or even several minutes. Although leg cramps can affect the quadriceps or hamstrings, which are the muscles at the front and back of the thighs, respectively, calf muscles are the most frequently affected parts of the leg. A leg cramp can happen whether you are awake or asleep. Luckily, the discomfort usually resolves in less than 10 minutes. However, don't be surprised if your leg, calf, or hamstring muscles still hurt after the cramp. Ron D'Angelo, Director of Sports Performance Training at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, Rooney Sports Complex in Pittsburgh, United States, explains. What happens, especially when it's a bad, painful cramp, is that some people might develop tiny micro tears in the muscle from the strong contractions. The micro tears heal, but it can take about 24 hours or so to feel better. Nocturnal cramps can affect anyone at any age, but they are more common in older adults. According to the medical journal American Family Physician, up to 60% of adults have experienced nighttime leg cramps. Among those over the age of 60, about a third will experience them at least once every 2 months. And even up to 7% of children will experience a cramp at least once. Fortunately, there are seldom an indication of a serious underlying disease. Most of the time, leg cramps at night are idiopathic, meaning that there is no identifiable cause. However, there are some potential factors that may increase the risk of nighttime leg cramps. It may sound a bit surprising to you that one sleeping position can actually induce such cramps. Some studies suggest that leg cramps can be triggered by plantar flexion. It is a movement where your toes point away from your legs, and oftentimes we are unaware of this leg position during our sleep. This position shortens the calf muscles and makes cramping more likely to happen. However, positioning of the legs at night isn't the only contributing factor. For example, you could be spending a lot of time standing at work, thus fatiguing the calf muscles. Overworked muscles resulting from a hard workout are also a possible cause of nighttime leg cramps. Dr. Gerardo Miranda Comas, Associate Professor of Rehabilitation and Human Performance at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai in New York City, United States, explains. Physiologically, when the muscle is fatigued, it's not as synchronized in using nutrients. When muscles are engaged in intense physical exercises, they tend to lose more nutrients than they normally do. because electrolytes such as sodium, magnesium, and potassium are responsible for fluid balance in the blood and muscles, an imbalance of them can make muscles more likely to cramp. In terms of electrolyte balance, dehydration can be another potential factor in nighttime leg cramps. Researchers found that athletes tend to experience leg cramps more often during the summer months. They speculate that it's closely linked to not drinking enough fluids to replenish electrolytes. It is not uncommon for pregnant women to experience pregnancy leg cramps, particularly in the second and third trimesters. Leg cramps happen to nearly half of all pregnant women, affecting the calves, the feet, or both. It isn't clearly understood why they are more susceptible to leg and foot cramping at night. According to the American Pregnancy Association, some evidence suggests that it may be due to weight gain and a growing fetus exerting extra pressure on blood vessels and nerves going to the legs, hence increasing the chance of leg cramps. Some recommended preventive tips include proper hydration, supportive footwear, and stretching, as well as calcium and magnesium supplements if one's physician so advises. If the previously mentioned causes do not seem to apply to your condition, you might want to take a look at the medications that you've been taking recently. Certain drugs, such as diuretics, steroids, and antidepressants, can potentially trigger nighttime leg cramping. Although leg cramps at night can be very painful, fortunately, the muscle spasms are usually self-resolving without the need for medical treatment. Let's look at some of the things you can do at home to relieve and prevent a leg cramp. Massaging your leg is an effective way to relax tense muscles. Start by wrapping the fingers of one or both hands around your ankle. Gently squeeze the muscles with your fingers to loosen them and work your way up your leg. You may repeat this a few times until the leg cramp eases. Stretching is another good way to alleviate and prevent leg cramps. A 2012 study found that people who performed hamstring and calf stretches just before sleep time had a notable reduction in the occurrence of cramps. What if you are in the middle of a cramp? According to experts, stretching the affected leg can help stop it. For a calf cramp, straighten your leg and pull the top of your foot gently toward your head. This will also ease a hamstring cramp. If the cramp is in the quadriceps or the front thigh, find a chair to steady yourself. With one arm resting on the back of the chair, you can try to bend the knee of the affected leg, then gently pull your foot toward your buttock until the cramp eases. Alternatively, you may try walking on your heels when leg cramps suddenly strike. By doing that, it can engage the muscles opposite to your calf, thus allowing it to relax. Other ways to help relax muscles include applying heat to the affected leg. Simply using a hot towel, hot water bottle, or heating pad on the tense muscle is beneficial. Similarly, taking a warm bath or shower may also help loosen your calf. In addition to massage, you may also try to keep yourself hydrated throughout the day. Dry mouth, headaches, fatigue, and dry skin may be signs indicating that you are dehydrated. If you are sweating a lot during exercise, make sure you replenish yourself with drinks that are rich in electrolytes, such as coconut water or orange juice. Professor Ken Osaka from Edith Cowan University's School of Medical and Health Sciences says that many people think dehydration causes muscle cramps and will drink pure water while exercising to prevent cramping. We found that people who solely drink plain water before and after exercise could, in fact, be making them more prone to cramps. This is likely because pure water dilutes the electrolyte concentration in our bodies and doesn't replace what is lost during sweating. So, please remember to drink plenty of fluids to help keep muscles functioning well. Additionally, based on the weather, activity level, or current medications, you may adjust the amount of fluids you drink accordingly. If you happen to have a stationary bike, doing a few minutes of easy pedaling can be beneficial for relaxing your leg muscles before heading to bed. If you notice that you tend to sleep in a plantar flexion position, try sleeping on your back and place a pillow behind your knees. If heavy or tucked-in bedding seems to be pressing your feet downward while you sleep, choose loose, untucked sheets so that your feet and toes can be in an upright position. Overall, muscle cramps usually go away on their own and are rarely serious enough that they need urgent medical attention. However, if cramps happen often and are affecting your sleep quality, don't hesitate to make an appointment with your doctor to arrange for a further checkup to rule out underlying conditions. We hope that the tips in today's show can help you relieve and prevent leg cramps during the night.
The Sanskrit word for flesh is called mamsa. Mam means me and sa means he. So I am eating some animal. So in my next life, that animal will eat me. That is called mamsa. His Divine Grace, Swami Prabhupada, vegetarian.
Spiritual viewers, thank you for your company on today's program. Up next is Always Have Respect for the Master, Part 3 of 5, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May your life be filled with God's blissful love.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/HL.
برامجنا متوفرة بالعديد من اللغات. يرجى زيارة suprememastertv.com/schedule و suprememastertv.com/HL.